started researching other companies and I saw, other agents working at Home and Key, and it was like every other week, offer accepted, under agreement, offer accepted, closed, offer. So you're like, what is different over there?
All right, I'm here with Mark Bourgeois. Thanks for joining me, Mark.
Thanks for having me.
Let's just chat a little bit. Let's keep it nice and relaxed. And I met you how long ago? You think it was?
I think about a year and a half ago,
Year and a
maybe.
half ago, right?
Yep.
And you had been you were working a full time job.
Yeah, I was in construction full time, kind of moonlighting at another real estate
Yep.
agency, showing up at meetings when I could after work.
Yep.
Never got the ball rolling in anything real estate. Never
Mhm.
even saw basically what an offer form looked like.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
And so, what attracted you? Because I feel like you did. You, I think you reached out to me. I feel like you did.
I did.
You
Yeah, I
did.
was. I was sick of working in construction.
Yeah.
Right. It's manual labor. Everybody
Yeah.
knows how difficult it can be. Um, wasn't gaining any traction. Again, I was only moonlighting somewhere else.
Hmm.
But I started researching other companies and I saw, other agents working at Home and Key, and it was like every other week, offer accepted, under agreement, offer accepted, closed, offer. So you're like, what is different over there? So that's when obviously I reached out to have the conversation.
I want to talk a little about that conversation at that point in time. I bring you in and I'm like, I show you exactly what we do because I'm transparent. Like I meet with a ton of people, right? And I
Yeah,
show them what we do, and I remember showing you what we do, and you were like on the other side of the table, going, "Oh my God, this is what I've been looking for." Like I'm up till 2 o'clock in the morning trying to create systems, right? I remember you had all kinds of phone numbers and different domain names and trying to put stuff right.
Yeah, essentially, I mean, I was looking at, real estate gurus and YouTubes and
Mm.
apps and how to come up with this system to
Yeah,
kind of automatically or organically
yeah,
produce things. But I think like everybody else that wants to jump into real estate from an hourly job,
yeah,
the difficulty in the transition is obviously going from an hourly, getting a paycheck every week to a commission-based job. So
yeah.
how do you make that jump?
Hmm.
So, as you know, when I reached out to you,
Yeah,
it was like, if you can show me a system that I could duplicate over and over again,
yeah.
then I will quit my job.
And I showed you what we do, and you're like on the other side of the thing, and you're like, "I'm quitting my job."
I, yeah, I actually, the interview was at a lunch break.
Yep.
I went back to my job, and before I actually got back on the job site, I gave my 2 weeks.
Yeah. And boom. So what are the differences that you saw that or that you were able to put in place? Because right off the bat, you were successful.
Yeah, I remember, during our initial conversation,
Yeah.
I said, "So, how long do you think I can get something? Basically, how long is it going to take me to get a check?"
Hmm.
And you said about 6 weeks,
Yeah.
right? And I almost think it was 6 weeks for my first, basically closing to get my
Mm.
first check, commissions check.
Hmm.
And then I think the next 4 weeks, I think we followed up with like five more,
Yeah, it was
right?
crazy.
Like it was a quick like two
Yep.
months, like
Yep.
so essentially in 2 months, I made what I made as a carpenter the entire year
Right.
before.
And so, like, share, like, what is it like? People will hear me talk about sales process, right? Because that's one of the things I'm big on, right? Sales process, skill building,
Yeah,
accountability,
absolutely.
right? Those are the fundamentals. So when we're talking about us, why do you think you were able to be so successful so quickly?
I think it's again, it comes back to a duplicatable process,
Yep.
right? There's nothing that's gonna come up that you're not already prepared for,
Hmm.
right? In conversations,
Yep.
and it is essentially doing the same thing over and over and over again.
Hmm.
Uh, but essentially, it's relationship building relationships with people,
Sure.
um, and that's the stuff that kept up happening from day one, right? Reaching out to people,
Yeah.
following up.
But the key
Um,
is you had people to reach out to. I think that's one of the biggest stumbling blocks that stop. An agent gets their license
yes.
and they're like, ta-da, okay, and I'm waiting for a phone call. That's not like that at our
No,
office.
not at all. And I think for me,
Hmm.
anyways, I always knew that I could do well.
Hmm.
I just needed to get in front of people and talk to people, right? But the
Sure.
biggest challenge is, okay, where do I get these people from?
Yep.
And that was the hugest challenge I noticed, again, moonlighting at another company,
Hmm.
was like, you could be great at speaking to people, you could be great at a sales process, great at negotiating, but if you don't have any clients,
At the
you're
end of
really
the
not an
day,
agent.
you can't hit a home run unless you step in the batter's box.
Yeah, absolutely. So that was obviously provided to me once I came to Home and Key.
Mm.
And I think obviously that contributed to the success a lot because wait a minute, now this is what I've been waiting for,
Yeah.
right? My phone's ringing. I could prove to people that I can do this. now the people are coming to me.
And so like,
Uh,
but I could say this, you can have plenty of people to talk to, right? So that's the first thing you need to have is you can't hit a home run unless you get step in the back.
yeah,
You can't,
absolutely.
you can be the best real estate agent in the world. If you get nobody to sell a house to or sell a house for,
Yeah.
you're not going to do well. So you got the people, but there's other people out there that will have a consistent flow and they can't close them because it's not just about getting the people, right?
Correct. Yes, it's not just about getting the people. Again, it goes back to a predictable process,
Mhm.
right? I already know what your response is going to be when I reach out to you. I'm setting you up for success.
Yep.
And generally, what I usually tell clients that do come to me, I'm here to guide you through the entire process, right? Ultimately, it's your decision. You're finding a property for yourself. I'm here to make sure to look out for your best interest throughout this entire process. And people generally respond the same way when you say that. Great, perfect. And then you outline the entire process. So you're guiding them through the process
That's
in a
right.
professional manner. And I think a lot of people take to that. To me, clients are loyal to the standards at which you work. So once you set that standard high and you start duplicating that standard, generally society takes to that and buyers take to that. And from there, the response is always the same.
I think for me, one of the favorite pieces for me as a leader is to watch, look at, I have a proven sales process that I've been
Yes.
using for 23, 24 years, right? So I have the confidence that if I tell you, if you do this, there's going to be some sort of predictable results. I don't have a crystal ball. I can't say exactly, but if you do this, this is probably what's going to happen. From a leadership standpoint, one of the things that I love about you is that you're not afraid to do what I tell you to do. You follow the process. And as a result of that, boom, you're having great results, right?
Correct. Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, obviously the process, like it takes a little time, obviously, to get to it. You got to change a couple of words in your mannerisms. But ultimately it's the same process over and over with proven results. Like it's just a numbers game. And it's just focusing on the small little details that end up being, bring you those huge results.
Yep.
And that's what I found once you kind of get that ball rolling and you're like, okay, I got this. Anybody can literally do it. I don't think it's.
So, listen, and it hasn't gone without some speed bumps, right?
No,
We've
of
had
course.
some speed bumps along the way. We worked through them. You had an opportunity to have a couple different opportunities at other agencies, and you're over here now. What do you think the game changer is for? Like, you plugged in and you're killing it again, right? And it's like,
Yes.
what's those big difference makers out there? Because there's a lot of agents out there, by the way. We're talking perennial top producers that are selling 3 or 4 houses a year now.
Yeah.
And you're doing that in a month.
I got 6 closings this month.
6 closings this month, right? So, I mean, talk a little bit about it. 'Cause, people think all agencies are the same, just like they think all realtors are the same. And
Yeah, correct. No, they're definitely not. A big part of it, as I think, is the culture, right? As a culture, each culture has a standards. We have talked about this before.
Yep.
Yes, I did go to another agency. I didn't have the same success. I was sitting at a desk at times just feeling like I have nobody to call. My phone's not ringing.
Yeah.
You're debating on getting a job, a second job. You're debating if real estate is even for you any longer. How are the changes going to affect me? How's my livelihood affected? And that's obviously when I reached out to you. And I remember having the conversation, obviously, when we first spoke about me returning back to Home and Key. I was like, well, I had success there before. Went to another agency and had minimal success. The only success I had was the residual that I had left over from Home and Key, from the pipeline. But once that kind of was exacerbated, there was nothing else left for me to do. So we spoke, and when I went back to Home and Key, right off the bat, it's like I never left. Right. So I think that should provide a lot of information and insight to a lot of agents who are maybe just feel like I was in the same boat, right? Like I'm sitting at an empty desk making phone calls with people telling me to go pound tar somewhere or something like that. So that can get depressing, obviously. And I mean, that eventually that's going to come with a diminishing return. It's going to take you out. And you just leave the industry. I don't think it's that a lot of agents need to leave the industry. I just think you're at the wrong agency altogether. To me anyways. Right. Like I said,
well, you're proving it.
It comes down to culture. And I think the numbers kind of prove it, right? Like, 6 closings a month, maybe 2, 3 closings within 6 months. back to 6 closings in the
Yeah.
2 months back at Home and Key. Again, it's the phone calls,
But
it's the
share with people
training.
because this,
I,
Mark, this is not. I don't sprinkle magic dust, right? You're doing the work. Let people know what does it look like to a day in the life of a real estate agent. Because again, I've said it with the other people in here. They see HGTV and blah blah. What goes on behind the scenes? What are you doing every day?
all right, so every day, I mean, I'm making phone calls every day,
Yes, you
right?
are.
Now, based on where you are on a time frame to purchase, is how often how often
The
I would
cadence.
reach out to you,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Now, if you're saying you're looking to purchase a house in the next 30 days, you and I are speaking every day.
That's right.
Whereas if you say, hey, you know what, we're in the process, but I'm 9 to 12 months out, that's okay.
Yep.
Like I have resources for that to make that work.
That's right.
But are you okay with me reaching out to you maybe every 2 weeks, maybe once a month just to say hello?
Yeah.
Or you can reach
Check
out
in
to
with
me
you.
with something, check in and say hi. And that's where the like the rapport building comes in.
Yeah.
And that's super important, right? And that's basic. So I'll go through that process every day. Obviously the showings, everybody knows, real estate
But that's what
agency
everybody sees.
shows.
How do you get the showings?
The showings is more about, communicating and building rapport with people,
right.
right? It's about building friendships. It's about being friends with somebody throughout the entire process, right? And obviously working to a high enough standard where they're like, okay, I
They wanna
trust you.
work with you.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right. You work to a standard that I can accept as somebody who's making the biggest purchase of their life, right? If you got slippery fingers and somebody, let's be,
No
housing
bueno.
nowadays,
No bueno.
there's everybody knows the housing costs have gone up, and now people are paying more attention to their money than ever. So you don't exactly want to have slippery fingers when it comes to them making such a large purchase.
So I've asked everybody else in here too. It's like we've made this partnership with LPT. You have enough experience now that you've seen a little bit around now. What get you most excited about that move?
Right off the bat, their marketing. Their marketing.
Everybody said the marketing.
Their marketing is absolutely nothing like I've ever seen before. I mean, you're getting books, flyers, door hangers. I mean, they're marketing for you on social media within a certain radius of one of your listings. Like, it's a lot of the stuff that I would have to spend time doing and try to create at another agency.
That's right.
Right? Because it's not like, let's be realistic, those aren't really money making activities, right? But you still do got to create all the marketing and do all that stuff if you want to get your face and name out there. I noticed that they're going to do all of that hard work for you. So your focus is strictly building relationships, showing homes, and negotiating offers. They're doing all that background work.
Yep.
Which exponentially is going to increase your business over time.
You just said something about money making activities. You're always on the leaderboard, right? So the CRM that we use, Fall Boss, has an agent leaderboard. You're always up there, right? It shows. And there's no mystery. It's amazing that when you look at the leaderboard, those are the top producers, right?
Yes.
You're doing the work. You said money making activities. Tell them tell people what that is.
Yeah, so money-making activities, phone calls lead to appointments, right? Leads to showings. Showings leads to offers. Offers leads to offer accepted.
Yep.
Offers accepted lead to, obviously, closings. It's a simple process. What is there, 5-6 steps in there? But those are the money-making activities. I mean, you can spend time on other things and yet maybe gain a little bit of knowledge from companies that maybe surround houses, right, and surround buildings like contractors and whatnot, but those don't produce you any money as far as a real estate standpoint. So, reaching out to people, conversations, basically conversations. One word, conversations get you showings, and the more numbers. So. I think
conversation gets you presentation because it may not be a showing, could be a listing presentation as well.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
But that's what it creates.
Yeah, absolutely. And it could be anything. I think I remember a month ago, I told you, I said, hey, my standard now is at least 10 showings every month. That is my goal. I don't care about closings. I don't care about offers. My goal is to show 10 houses every month. And obviously you and I obviously could see the results of that.
Yeah.
I mean, every week I was putting in 2 offers, like 2 offers a week out of 10 showings. I mean,
it's crazy because if you really keep it simple, like that's simple. Simple solves a complex. It's one of my mentors said, tiny hinges swing big doors, right? That's the bottom line. It's like if you had a business plan of, I'm not leaving the office until I book, and I'm talking, if you booked 1 appointment per day, right? 6 days a week, 24 appointments a month, you would be killing it in real estate if you want to go twice as high and say, I'm not leaving the office until I get 2 appointments.
Correct. Yeah.
So whether it takes 2 phone calls and you're done, or 50 phone calls. But if we keep it simple, and you've done a really, really good job of keeping it simple and using the sales process and the tools you have to get where you're at right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I try to keep it as simple as possible because when you first come into real estate, it seems like it's super, super complicated, right? Like there's so many different things going on. There's so many moving parts, and you know yourself, hey, I'm brand new, so you can't kid yourself. You know that you don't know what's going on, but you're learning as you go. So in order for me, it just basically I simplified the process as much as possible, based on obviously the training and the skill building, right? The skill building, I think, is what actually got me like, okay, is this all I need to do? It's just a few simple tasks that are, yes, they're very simple to do every day. And it's
We
like,
don't go over a
let's
million
focus.
things.
No,
It's the same stuff over and over and over again.
correct. And it might feel mundane, but those are the things that produce great results later down the road. It's amazing to see the process, how I went through it. It's truly remarkable to watch. Like, okay, I don't know what I'm doing. I've never seen an offer form before. I mean, now I'm, getting 6 offers accepted in a month.
Yesterday, $1.3 million.
Yes. So yesterday, so yes. So right now for the month of September, I got I think it was like 2.5, basically to close this month, and an offer for 1.3 accepted yesterday for obviously a total of almost $4 million.
Big.
Again, I mean, in real estate for a little over a year.
So for me as a leader, it's really fun. That's the stuff that juices me up.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't just say it. I think people know it. It's like, it's really cool to take. People say, hey, would you rather have a brand new agent or a seasoned agent? I say it all the time. Give me the brand new person with no bad habits that I can teach the sales process that I know works. And guess what? Because it worked for this, it just works,
Yeah. Oh, it definitely works. Like, so I remember obviously when I first started there, right? You go over the sales training. Every real estate agent knows about scripts. And I literally would say the scripts verbatim, verbatim, word for word, like no pauses, like just straight through. And you're skeptical at first, but no, it definitely works. Like straight through the process. And obviously the numbers don't lie now. I mean, the numbers are definitely showing a lot of things. So yeah.
In closing, anything you want to share with people, other real estate agents, buyers, whatever you feel.
Honestly, I try to reach out to other real estate agents to come aboard here. Some of them are a little reluctant to come over, for various reasons, but I think eventually everybody makes that phone call and probably has a conversation with you because, like me, they see the results.
Yeah.
Like results
Change
don't
is
like.
hard though, huh?
People might not reach out to you, but they don't miss those posts on social media now. People are paying attention, even if they don't reach out and say though. But yes, change is hard. It's a comfort thing, right? It's definitely, hey, I'm comfortable here. It's unknown over there, which makes me uncomfortable.
Right.
But growth is in those uncomfortable zones.
Sure.
So, I mean, obviously, again, that proves me, right? It was very uncomfortable for me to leave a full-time construction job into an unknown real estate industry that I knew nothing about. And now look at, I mean, I'm making, I mean, now I'm, my income is my life has completely changed. Right. So
I'm really looking forward to where you're going next because don't settle. You have an opportunity to do some big things. And I'm excited to be a part of it and watch you grow with that. So I appreciate you taking some time to share your story.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me.